And with that, the 13th season of Drag Race has ended. Luckily, or unfortunately, depending on how you like the season, yes, the season has ended after airing for a couple of years, losing more than 50% of its audience just between the first 2 episodes. Now, of course, views don't have to mean a lot when it comes to quality, so I will reserve my comments on the actual quality of the season for a different video, but today, I will be ranking the queens based on their track records using this new form of science that I just heard about called mathematics? Am I saying that right? Using this point system. Now, the first episode of this season does not carry points in my eyes. Why? Well, I've made an entire video on why that first episode is basically a filler episode. But from the competition standpoint, the division between the winners and the losers clearly did not carry any weight in the following episodes, other than the pseudo division that the queens felt and the favoritism that the winning group got week in and week out. However, again, for the first 3 episodes and with that first split, it simply did not matter. Most of the results were fixed. Again, I already talked about it, and at the end of the day, it would only carry 1 point of a difference for the 6 winners. So let's begin. In the last place is the Machiavellian doll herself, Kimora Hall. Kimora's standing in the first eliminated on the season pose that James Mansell started on season 9 at her promo shoot, in my eyes did not stand much of a chance in the season. This sort of archetype of queens that come in and think it's only all about looking as traditionally as feminine as possible only worked in like season 1 and not even fully there, and it doesn't even hold up anymore, I don't think, at least. Maybe on a different kind of a season, Kimora would have excelled more, who knows. It's been literally 3 months since we last saw her on the show, and as someone who doesn't spend much time online anymore, I don't know what to say. Her PP score is not 0 like most first eliminated queens is, as she did have that one episode when she was safe. In the 12th place, we go from the losing team to the winning team, and the first eliminated queen from that winning team is Lalari, who earned only 10 points in her 5-episode stint on the show, and thus landing 2 places below her original placement. Lalari will probably most be remembered for, that look, you know which one I'm talking about. The paper bags glued to a corset look. Is there an interview where she talks about it? I need an explanation on that. She's also our Miss Congeniality, so congrats Lalari. In the 11th place, with the same PP score, but Lala's score was held by a mini challenge win, so once we take that away, Joey J tops her here in this ranking. I know, many people would love to be topped by Joey J. That's the obvious joke here that I went for, but ignoring that, what I found most frustrating about Joey's stint on the show is the comments that she received in the episode that she went home in. Okay, so the pun of her first costume is that she had an IV bag, like the letters IV, but she was also wearing ivy, the plant. That's an obvious pun, it's right there. But the judges kept harping on this whole, oh, but you're poison ivy! And Joey was like, no, it's IV bag, and then ivy, a plant. And the judges again were like, poison! Do they know that there's no such thing as a poison IV bag? I'm pretty sure that's illegal. In the 10th place is the legend herself, Tamisha Iman. I almost said diamond. With a PP score of 2.25. Now what can I say about Tamisha that the greatest poets of all time have not already talked about? Her no-nonsense attitude is everything that I wanted in a Drag Race contestant and more. Her beauty is beyond compare. Her wisdom and experience are admirable. Her skill set is to die for. Everything she went through and still was able to keep up with the queens much younger than her, not to mention that were completely healthy, and to still have her eliminated in such a bullshit manner is criminal. I was about to say that I couldn't wait to see her in an All-Star season, but after her recent comments about how shady the producers are, I don't think that she will be coming on there. Okay, you never know. Let's hope that she does get some more time to shine. In the 9th place is Utica Queen, or simply Utica, with a PP score of 2.4. The failed Crystal Method experience did not live up to the hype that many fans had for her, but she did ironically end up being one of the lip-sync assassins of the season, even though she lost her first lip-sync to Gottmik. Yeah, it was Gottmik. Now, I know y'all are gonna yell at me and say nonsense in the comments because I called her a failed crystal method experience. I'm not talking about Eureka the queen or the drag of that person. I'm talking about her as what she was cast on the show to be. And it failed. However, Eureka also gave us one of the best designed challenge looks with her sleeping bag look. And for her talent, she got a spot in the fucking Vogue. I mean, okay, Vogue's credibility and power have kind of lessened in the past couple of years, but that's still such an impressive thing. Eureka, from the little I did see of her off the show, seems to be such a nice queen, and there are no doubts in my mind that she will be back for an All-Star season. Again, may I propose an All-Star season that's heavy on visuals, sewing, and design challenges? And if I may I also suggest to add onto that fantasy cast that I have in my brain, Eureka as well? We'll talk about it. In the 8th place is Elliot with 2 T's. With this BP score, you can read it for yourself. Here's the thing. I know how the internet works, so I implore you all to listen to every word I say now and not take things out of context. I felt bad a lot of the time for Elliot during the season based on what the producers decided to show us. However, hearing some of the things he has said and done that I disagree with and don't think are okay makes me dislike the real human person that is behind his drag persona. But again, on the show, what we were shown, I still felt bad for how she was treated, and I will end it on that. In the 7th place is Tina Burner with 24 points earned and so a 2.6 recurring PPE score. Tina came onto the season with a pretty big legacy, so many people expected her to do really well. I even thought that she was going to be in the top 4, mostly because of the archetype that she was cast as. Alas, I was wrong. And for the sake of the competition, God am I glad I was wrong, because this clearly was not Tina's season to win. In the 6th place is the love of my life. Liv started out so strong in the competition in the beginning and then just Valentinaed herself out of the competition. But honestly, I enjoyed her all the way through. I mean, like, hey, she still has 2 maxi challenge wins under her belt and in back-to-back challenges. Who did it like her? I mean, okay, Benela Creme, Simone, and probably some other queens, but still, it's a very small pool of girls. Olivia is a no-brainer when it comes to future All-Stars castings, and I'm saying this knowing that she's not the type of a queen that would ever win Drag Race, but she is a type of a queen that I love watching. In the 5th place, placing 3 spots above her original placement is... Tell me why, send home Denali. Everything you say, Denali. Everything you... I keep mentioning All-Stars with these season's cast, but Denali is just... like... she's right there. Like, cast her already. She's a prime example of someone who the production just did not see as a possible winner, so they did not even give her the chance or even a fair shot. Though I will say that I don't think that this was her season to win either. We've seen her after the show doing so much better, showing just how talented and versatile she is, and honestly, also kind of important, how likable and marketable she is. I mean, it's Denali, guys. Like, what else can I say? In the 4th place is the main producer of this season, Candy Muse. With her placement in the top 2 in the finale, she got her score bumped up a little to 39 points and a 3.25 PP score, which is honestly a pretty great score for a lip-sync assassin. Can I confess something to y'all? I would have been really okay with Candy winning this season. Like, I know, I'm a hypocrite. But after she was saved in that lip sync against Simone, the producer started showing her as much more likable, and she became my favorite on the season. Can't wait for y'all to tell me how horrible my taste is, or that Candy slapped your mom 10 years ago, so she's problematic and should be cancelled. It's like y'all keep forgetting that I talk about these queens on the show, and that I'm a human person with opinions that doesn't just say stuff to please the majority. Wow. Anyways, another reason why I would have been okay with Candy winning is knowing that Jada would then have to crown her, and then maybe she would also then say, "Sour Candy." No, there was... I should have workshopped that joke more. Never mind. Candy is great. Get with it. In the 3rd place is Gottmik Mick also became one of my favorites on the season during its second half from the Snatch Game episode onwards. I mean, she's just a funny queen, what can I say? Also, Gottmik's casting of the season is really important, and I'm glad it happened, of course. But what's more, and I think what's also more important, her casting did not happen just for the sake of it happening, as she showed that she can stand next to and beat the other queens in certain areas of drag. I mean, I never doubted that she would. There's no logical reason to say that because she's a trans man, she would be somehow worse at drag or something. I mean, yeah, okay, sure, she did receive some favoritism here and there, and yes, that was probably so that Ru could come off as not transphobic, and we will talk about that some other day, but that's not on Gottmik. We saw how talented she is. I have nothing but praises to sing here for Gottmik. In the second place is Rosé. Here's the thing. People on Twitter think that me saying that Rosé should win equals me saying that I wanted Rosé to win. It's almost like you all choose meanings of verbs depending on what you want to hear. Rosé, from what we were shown on the season up until the last episode, did the best, which is why prior to the finale, she should have won. Did I ever want her to win? No. Honestly, I never clicked with her. Like, I know she's talented, well-rounded and all that, but nothing ever excited me about her, so I never could root for her. I mean, okay, yeah, in that first episode, her level of awareness of the show made me keep an eye out for her, but that's kind of where it begins and where it ends. And I can't believe I have to say this, but this is not me hating on Rosé. If you like Rosé, that's great, and you know what? Let's end it now. Guys. We won. After like some time, we finally won. After UK 2 and All Stars 5, we finally got to win for a second. Oh my god! This win is for Bimini, for Jujubee and Cracker, and me. Yes, for me too. Yes, Simone, our winner. Our current reigning does have the same overall and PP score as Rosé. However, Rosé has one mini challenge win. If we take that away, Simone is just slightly above her. So Simone, as a winner, should end the season with the best score. She is the main franchise's first winner who has lip-synced for her life more than once, but this season was very lip-sync heavy, and there was a heavy emphasis on lip-syncing, so it kind of makes sense in that regard that she would win. From episode 1, she was my winner, and I was right. Wow, who would have ever thought? I was right. Wow. Like pretty much every queen in the winning group, she did receive favoritism, but with her, it's such a tiny amount, and we can even excuse it. And I will tell you why when we get to that video. People keep telling me that track records don't matter anymore, and like, we get it, you're trying to excuse Shay's win and then some other queen's wins on spin-off shows, which like, sure. But as you can see, the best track record belongs to the winner. And in that top two, meaning Simone and Candy, the best track record won. Congrats, Simone. You fucking deserve it. Who's the biggest winner? Well, of course, it's IMHO's favorite girl, Denali, placing 3 spots above her original placement. And kind of just like her, the biggest loser placed 3 spots below her original placement, and that queen is Utica. How symbolic. Let's go over the notes for the placements in this season. I've already talked about the first episode, it does not matter, it's a filler episode, ignore her, she drinks. Episodes 2 and 3, where the girls were split, Simone and Denali get 5 points for winning, Liv and Rosé get 4 points, and the rest are all safe with 3 points. Yeah, I know, on Wikipedia it says that some queens were low there. How the hell could they be low when there were no low placements in that episode? Sir? Huh? Anyways, episode 4, the first group acting challenge. The high queens are Rosé and Candy, while the low queen is Lalari. Episode 5, the bag ball. Here, Utica and Rosé are high, of course, and Tamisha was sadly low. Episode 6, Tina and Elliot are high for the discommentary. Was that what it was called? I think so, I'm not sure. And Utica was low here. Episode 7, the improv Thingaling challenge. Candy and Simone are high here, and Utica is low. Episode 8, Gottmik and Denali are high for the musical challenge. Tina being low. That's suspicious. That's weird. Episode 9, Snatch Game. Rosé and Denali are high here, of course, and Olivia is low. Episode 10, the makeover challenge where the queens were judged in pairs in order to save Tina. Candy and Gottmik are high, Rosé and Tina are low. Episode 11, the commercials thing. Candy is high, Olivia is safe. Yes, Olivia is safe. The judge's only valid critique for her was that she does not really know who she is as a queen yet. Now, why do I say that that is the only valid critique? Well, because Ross also told her that she smiled all throughout her commercial, which is just not correct. Somebody having their mouth open and you being able to see their teeth as a result of that is not smiling, Ross. Ross, do you know what smiling and happiness is, Ross? The low queen this episode is Gottmik. Episode 12, the best episode of the season with the Nice Girls roast. The top 3 for this episode are Rosé, Gottmik, and Candy, in that order. As Candy won the Maxi Challenge, as this is a top 6 episode, and as we have 6 placements to distribute, and as Gottmik got better critiques than Rosé overall, Gottmik is high and Rosé is safe, while Olivia is, of course, low. Episode 13, with the last acting challenge of the season. Rosé won this week's Maxi Challenge, obviously. So it's between Simone and Gottmik for the high placement and the safe placement. Looking at the episode's story, I have to give Gottmik the high placement and Simone the safe placement. It's clear that the 5 characters in that Maxi Challenge were written to resemble the 5 contestants, and Simone smartly tried going for a character that is different to her, and then she just let Candy have it. Yes, I'm punishing her for not fighting for it more, but also Gottmik got more laughs from the judges. Go rewatch it. And lastly, episode 16, the finale. Gottmik and Rosé were eliminated, so zeros for them. We treat the top 2 as, top 2, where the winning queen got 5 points and the loser of that lip sync got 4 points. And, Simone got 5 points for winning the season and Candy got 4. And that's it. That's the video. That's the season. As I've said previously, there will be more in-depth videos analyzing the season, but my dudes, I'm very busy with life stuff, work, being sexy and hot, and just in general existing. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you for watching.